What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to be talking about trials and tribulations. We're going to talk about the tests in our life. And it is my belief that our tests will become our testimony. It is my belief that God will never put us through a challenge that we cannot get through. And that your pain is what pushes you towards your pleasure. That is what I believe in. You know, in my life, and I've experienced some challenges, I've experienced some successes, I've experienced some failures. And, you know, in 2019, I had a very successful year, you know, for where I was at in my life and, you know, what I was able to do. And I really started off in this journey with really like a few $1,000s to my name. I had a part-time job as a pizza delivery driver. I was mowing lawns on the side, right? I was 20 years old, and that's where I started. That's where I started my journey with Forex and I Am Master Academy. That's where I was. And I was in college. I was playing basketball for Eureka College. Shout out Coach Chip Wildy, Coach Ryan, Coach Amos, right? Yeah. But yeah, that's where I was at. I was 20 years old, had a few $1,000s to my name, and decided to take a leap of faith. I really just said, like, I don't want to do what everyone else is doing. I want to actually go and create my life. I want to, you know, see what I'm capable of. I want to go take a risk. You know, that's what I always heard. Like, if you're going to take a risk, at least do it while you're young. And I said, you know what? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take a risk. That's what I'm going to do. So I took a risk. I said, you know what? I'm going to give this Forex thing a shot. And, you know, literally my first 48 hours, I didn't even finish the academy yet. I didn't even finish the learning how to trade yet. I was so excited, anticipating making money. I wanted to make money so fast. I was so like, you know, on the top of things like that. But I flipped $300 to $900 in literally like a day. And the funny thing is, I didn't even know what I was doing, but I still did it. And that raised my belief a lot from day one. And I was like, you know what? If I can make money not knowing a damn thing, well, imagine what I can do and actually know what I'm doing. And then, you know, of course, I got greedy, I got impatient, and I lost that $900. And I was shook. I was afraid. I was crying. I was in tears. I was shook. I was afraid, and I didn't know what to do. You know, that was a lot of money for me. That was like almost probably 25%, 30, 40% of the money I had, and I lost it in like fucking 10 minutes. I was like, oh my God. So that happening was an experience that really changed me, because it caused me to grow. And I said, shit, okay, I actually need to take this seriously. I actually need to learn this. And I started to learn this. And I got on the Go Live sessions, formerly known as IMLTV. You know, I got on some Lisaldo Tavares, some Teacup sessions. I got on and studied every single day. I started listening to personal development every single day, because where I was in my life, I didn't really know what I didn't know, and I still don't. But I had no type of mentorship up until that point. I had no type of advice. I had no type of guidance in a direction of, like, you know, getting me to the future that I wanted. And being in iMaster Academy was the first time I ever had that. You know, having people that have already had success, people that have already had results in their life, people that have already done the things that I wanted to do. And the reason why I got started from the very beginning was to create an income. And really, my goal since I was like 12 years old was to make the most money in the least amount of time. It was to make the most money with the least amount of effort. And I found that with Forex, that's going to be the opportunity for me, because no matter if it takes me a year, 2, 3, I was willing to put 5 years. I was willing to put 10 years in, because, like, what is the other option? Just to keep working a job for the rest of my life? You know, and I already knew, like, the advancements in technology, a lot of jobs are disappearing right now anyway. You know, we kind of predicted the future with that one. But, you know, I started to realize, like, okay, I need to make this work for me, because I don't want to go back to college. I dropped out. As soon as I started trading, before I got any results. I dropped out. I said, I don't want to do this anymore. And look, if I can spend 2 years in college and get nowhere and have not made any money yet, why don't I go ahead and learn something that's going to make me money while I'm learning? You know, regardless of how consistent it is, I'm willing to go through the process. And not only that, I start making money, I can share with other people and even make more money, right? And that was my mindset at that time. And I really just from the very beginning wanted to trade Forex. I didn't really have too much interest in sharing it with others until I got results, because, you know, I'm very shy, you know, to myself, had a little small group of friends. You know, if you weren't on my basketball team or didn't play Fortnite with me, I probably wasn't going to talk to you. I probably wasn't going to talk to you. Not because of you, but because of me, because I was shy and insecure, right? I was confident when it came to basketball and video games, but insecure in other areas, wasn't confident. But so it got to the point where I was about 3 to 6 months in. I got a little bit of results. I was starting to make some money trading. I was making maybe 100 a week at that time, consistently for 3-4 months. And then I ended up blowing that account, or not blowing the whole account, but blew like half the account in like a day. And that really shook me a lot. It really like tore me down. I was like, damn, this sucks. You know what I mean? I was like, fuck. And then, one of my mentors, Gustavo Alanis, shout out Mr. Wealthy Pips. He told me he said, if you're serious, you're going to show up to this convention in Miami. He said, look, I will not take you serious unless you show up to this event. He didn't tell me personally, but he told everyone. And I said, okay, I'm taking this seriously. I want to be successful. I just blew my account. I need to be there. Because why? The right people are there and the information is there. So I need to be there too. And that's what I said. I said, all right, that's what I'm going to do. So I showed up to that convention. And at that point in time, it really sparked a fire inside me. At that point in time, I was trading, like I said, making probably $100 a week, although I did blow half that account right after. And I had about, 5 or 10 people on my team at that time. Through building the business, I have 5 or 10 people on my team. And, probably half of them were at that event. And I think that was really, crucial for me. And what happened after that event was it raised my belief level, because I realized that other people that are just like me, if they can do it, then I can do it. And not only if they can do it, I can do it, but they're going to show me how. I just have to listen and follow directions. And I was like, wow, you know what? I can actually do this. I can actually do this. And then once I realized that really raised my belief level. Once I raised my belief level, then it raised my action level. Right? I think that big action comes from big faith. And I realized that, look, and for me, growing up as a Christian, growing up, in a home where we go to church and we believe in God, just seeing these speakers on stage talking about and giving credit to God in their power and success and the results. And it kind of shattered my belief around money. I think growing up, a lot of us had this belief that money was a bad thing, or that you're not supposed to be wealthy. You know what I mean? It's such a limiting belief, and it's not true. I believe that God wants us to be prosperous, because the more blessings that we have, the more we can give. The more blessings we have, the more we can give. And once I really opened my mind to that perspective, it just changed everything for me. And I was like, wow, I can actually impact other people's lives. And once I realized that, I was like, wow, maybe this is something that God wants me to do. And that changed my entire perspective. At that point in time, I had 10 people on my team. And in the next 30 days, that team of 10 grew to 40, and that really raised my belief level, hit the rank of Platinum 1000, about 6 months in, 8 months in. And, at that point in time, I got really comfortable with that amount of income, because it was more than I was making as a pizza delivery driver. It was more than I was making, at Sonny's Pizza. Shout out Chuck Surgent. Head to Sonny's Corner Cafe if you're ever in Sida, Illinois. Shout out to that place. Really was my first job I ever had. But and then at that point in time, my team actually grew to about 70 people, and then that 70 dropped to 20, and I was really shook. I was really in this dark place for about December and January of 2018. I was like, damn, you know what? My team was almost to Platinum 2000 a month, but then we dropped all the way back down to P600, 600 a month, and I was like, damn, okay. Meanwhile, I'm still trading, right? I'm still trading, and I had this little cycle my first year and a half where I would grow consistently, and then boom, sharp pull down. Lose like half the account. Like grow 10% a week for 6 weeks and then lose half the account. You know what I mean? And just wipe all the profits. So it was kind of like, it was frustrating to me, but I knew it wasn't their fault. Like I was copying signals for the most part. That was most of the trades I was taking. I was copying other people's signals, people that already knew what they were doing, which is really what motivated me to get started to begin with, was that there are people that are already successful telling me exactly what to do. I was like, okay, why don't I just do what they're doing? But I started to realize that it's more about taking the right trades. It's more about, people can take the same trade as you and get a different result. And it's because of your own psychology and your own beliefs and your own self-sabotage. At the end of the day, it's how you view the market. And I realized that, the way I carried myself emotionally I was not prepared to achieve consistent results with trading at that point in time. I realized that. I said I need to work on myself because I was blowing accounts, I was impatient, I was forcing things. But I said, you know what? While I'm learning, because I'm committed to becoming a master trader, because that was my goal from the very beginning. It was like, I'm gonna master this so where I don't need to take signals, I'm just gonna take my own trades. I said that's my goal from the very beginning. So, but with that being said, that may take some time. That may take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. That could take a couple years. So why don't I go ahead and build a residual income through building the business and helping other people create an income through trading or through building whichever one they choose. And, I'll go ahead and make some extra income while that's going. I'll have 2 incomes, right? So at that time I was still working pizza delivery and I was mowing lawns, but it was winter, so I wasn't mowing lawns. So at that point in time, I was P600 making $100 a week trading. But I was in a very dark place as far as my confidence. My confidence was shook. My team just dropped off. My balloon account, I was like, fuck. You know what I mean? And then I showed up to another event, another convention. These conventions are powerful, guys, because they raise your belief. And belief is 99% of success. So when you show up to the convention, you see people that already have the results you want. They're telling you exactly what to do. But not only that, you're immersed with the energy of that environment, which then changes your DNA vibration, which of course I didn't know that at the time, but that's definitely what happened. And it raised my belief. And I saw, Dr. Spiller, shout out to Dr. Spiller. He got awarded Mr. Forex. And, it was like the, best trader in the company or something. I'm not quite sure. But what he said was, he says, I'm not that smart. I'm not that skilled. He said, it's not me, it's God. That's how he credited his success to God. I was like, how can this be? He's not that smart. He's not that skilled. But he said, this is what he said. He said, God bless me so I can bless others. And then that's when all his success came. Then I was like, wow, this whole time I've been focused on trading for me and not for other people. And I was like, wow, okay, let me change my perspective on this. And then I prayed. I said, look, God bless me so I can bless others. This is my intention. This is what I'm doing for. I want to bless other people. And then, literally a month later, those of you that have heard the story, discovered the glitch, discovered a little hack in the market where I was able to create an income very quickly, not only for myself, but for other people. And we created this mass movement of 400 people in the matter of probably 3 months, created multiple 5-figure earners trading on my team. Probably 30, 40 people made 5 figures. I hit over 6 figures in literally just a couple months due to the vibration frequency that I sent out calling to God that blessed me so I can bless others. And it was like God used me as a vessel to bless all these other people. And then of course I became blessed in that process. But what happened was, of creating that income 6 figures in a month and a lot of people creating 5 figures in, a month or whatever it was, it created a lot of bad habits and a lot of unrealistic expectations for a lot of people that came into trading, making money very fast, unrealistic expectations. So at that point in time, of course, I actually quit my job before that happened. And I quit my job in January. That kind of came about in February. So it was almost like once I took the training wheels off, which was the job, and once I made a decision, which was at that event, then that's when God, the universe, sent that circumstance to where I could bless other people. Once I took a leap and made a decision, you know what I'm saying? So then at that point in time, it was March or April, Platinum 1000, jumped to Platinum 5000, almost chairman in literally 2 months. So I had 400 people on my team. And then once that kind of situation and circumstance kind of like disappeared, that 400 team dropped down to 180. That 400 dropped down to 180. I was able to withdraw most of that money. So I had an income. And I had a little savings to actually go ahead and, create my business, build my business. And, what happened was with creating that success very quickly and having that amount of income, at my fingertips. Like I said, I had a few thousand to my name when I started and I had a few thousand to my name in January. And then literally by May, I had over 100,000 to my name. So it was just a lot of income very fast. And what it did was it created a lot of bad habits, not only with trading, but with money in general. And I was just spending. I was traveling the world. But in my mind at that time, because that was my paradigm, growing up in an environment where, people don't make 100,000 in a month. You know what I'm saying? People barely make 100,000 in a year where I come from, right? So it was my paradigm was, you know what? I'm going to give it away to other people because this isn't for me. This is for others, and I believe that. And I still do it to this day and I don't regret it. but it was like I needed to give that to other people. And I spent out of that 100,000, 120,000, whatever it was, 60,000 of that was towards, business expenses, Airbnbs, flights, hotels. I bought 30 event tickets for the convention, which was like $10,000. And I bought so many people's flights, and I helped a lot of people through that Airbnb home events and, things like that. But it created a lot of bad habits around money, and that kind of got me in a situation where I was overspending. And then when my income dropped, my spending habits were still there. But honestly, I think I just had overconfidence in myself, which is, it's not necessarily a bad thing. But I said, you know what, by the time that my spending problem will matter, my income will raise to where it won't matter anymore, which I had this, that was a false belief. It was the wrong belief to have, because it was like, you don't want to spend tomorrow's money. But I didn't know that at the time. It was a lesson I had to learn, and keep in mind, this whole time, I'm still shy, yet I'm still building the business. Like, I'm still afraid to talk to people, but I'm still doing it. You know what I mean? I'm very afraid, and still to this day, it still happens sometimes where I don't speak, I'm just starting to open my throat chakra in 2020. But, this is still last year, 2019, that I'm speaking of. And then it came to the point where I started to create some consistency with trading without the glitch, without the lag, without the, situation we were in, where I started to realize my power from within. I started to realize, and I had a psychedelic experience that really changed my perspective. And those of you that understand, it stimulates your pineal gland, and it helps you realize that you're more than this body. It helps you realize your energy. And I started to see energy in a different way. And I went vegan. I went plant-based. And I started to realize that I have the power within me. And so I started to create income through that vibration and understanding of energy. And, I was trading, making $2,000 per trade for a couple weeks, 5,000, and then I lost 5,000 in one trade, and I lost 20,000 a week, you know what I mean? And then I was making 5,000, it was kind of inconsistent. Because I was overconfident, but I was winning on paper. It was funny. On paper, I was winning 9 out of 10 trades, but my account was not matching. And I think it was just because random entries and re-entries that I wasn't tracking, just kind of those little losses add up. But anyway, I got to that point where I was like, okay, you know what? I'm trading at Platinum 2000. I'm getting pretty consistent with this. I'm literally winning 9 out of 10 trades, just because of my affirmations. I love Forex and Forex loves me. I love Forex and Forex loves me. I am the gold master, which I still say those affirmations today. But those affirmations created a situation where I was winning 19 out of 20 trades. You know what I'm saying? Like, affirmations are powerful. It's energy, right? But anyway, at that point in time, I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to focus on building. I'm going to focus on hitting chairman. So then I put all my energy and vibration and frequency into hitting chairman. And we built the team from 200 up into about, 200, because it was 400 to 200, and then it was 200 to back up to about, 600, 200 to 600 in a matter of like a month and a half, 2 months. And that's the power of putting your fucking mind on something, you know what I mean, and focusing and just only thinking about chairman. That's what's going to happen. You just only think, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm chairman 10. So happy and grateful now that I'm chairman 10. And that's what I did. So anyway, the reason I'm saying this is like, what you want it already wants you, because if you want it, that's by definition mean it's already yours. Because if you can set your mind to something, that means it's already happened, because the past, present, future are happening simultaneously. And as soon as you make a decision to change your present moment energy vibration, then your future then changes, because this is kind of deep, but like parallel realities, whatever vibration you're on, that is the experience that you will create, not only in the past and your recollection of the past, but also in the future and your anticipation of the future. So anyway, we ended up hitting chairman 10. And at that point in time, it was like, I felt like I hit chairman because of gratitude and because of humility and because of putting others first and giving and care for other people. And then it's like, once I hit chairman 10, it was like this weird sense of entitlement. I had more recognition. I had more authority. I had more, it's like I had more attention, and it really got to my head. It really got to my head because I never had that before. I was never someone that had authority. I mean, I wasn't even the captain on my sports teams in school. Like, I was never really, I was like, I knew I was a leader, but I was always afraid to become that leader, growing up. I was always like, I'm one of the best ones on the team. I'm one of the, best ones in what it was in school, one of the smartest, maybe one of the most athletic, but I didn't have the self-image to actually step into that role, and I think IMaster Academy helped me step into that role. But then I hit Chairmanton, and then at that point in time, that's when really the shadow came up. That's where I feel like a lot of my limiting beliefs came up once I hit Chairman, because it was like the whole entire time of me going from Platinum 1000 to Chairman 10 was gratitude that it was already done, and I felt like I already had it the whole time, and that's why it happened. But once I hit it, I was like, I didn't feel any different, and actually it was kind of like draining. It was like, wow, once I hit this, it doesn't even matter. Like, why did I even want this to begin with? Like, was it the rank? Was it the recognition? Was it the income? And that's when I started to like change my perspective. That really changed my perspective on life, where I was like, man, there's way more to this than money, because money doesn't make you happy. It helps you create experiences that make you happy. But like, honestly, happiness comes from within, regardless of what you have. And I feel like happiness made me the money, and not the other way around. And then once I had all this money, I felt like I didn't deserve it. I felt like I wasn't worthy of it. Really subconscious beliefs. And of course, no one wants to think those thoughts, but those really empower me. And also, not only that, once I hit Chairman, I had access to all these higher levels of mentorship. I had access to people that were, making 50, 100 times as much money as me. And I think that I felt like I wasn't worthy of that rank, or I felt like I wasn't worthy to talk to those people, like they were better than me, and I was like afraid, or something. It was kind of interesting. But then, at that point in time, it really took me on this journey of self-discovery. I was like, okay, if money doesn't make me happy, what really does make me happy? If I'm powerful enough to create this income, what else am I capable of? And then I started to discover myself. I went to nature every single day for like 6 months. And that really connected me with God within. That really connected me with Source. And I've created a lot of habits when it comes to meditation in 2020. I've realized a lot of my beliefs, a lot of shadow aspects of myself, like, looking for validation for other people. And I think that one held me back a lot. And I was kind of ashamed of myself for having those beliefs. But I'm kind of coming to this point right now where I'm just accepting who I am, and loving myself regardless of what results I have and who I'm becoming and things like that, but just for who I am. And at that point in time, I'm really tapping into this frequency where I know I can create whatever I want. And I'm starting to set really big goals right here. But what's happening is, it's like the human side of myself has these limiting beliefs and limitations, but the higher mind, connected to Source, connected to God, crown chakra, open side of myself is like, I'm powerful, I can create anything, I'm gonna set really big goals. But it was like, just understanding. I think 2020 has been a lot about learning about myself and just realizing just how deep the multi-dimensionality of ourselves really is, and just kind of diving deep into that and just realizing the power. But through that learning, just realizing that I need to do things with the right intention. And early in 2020, and then throughout 2020, I think a lot of limiting beliefs, shadow work came up, where it was mostly looking for validation for other people. I was always comparing myself to other people, and it really held me back. And it was hard to stay focused in that state. And then, of course, with all those bad money habits from 2019, the income dropped, and I stopped focusing on the right things. I stopped focusing on gaining and receiving more, and then my focus subconsciously went to a place of protecting what I had, because I created a lot of income quickly. And then what happened was, my spending habits were already out of control, and the income dropped. And then it was just like this whole thing of mismanaging the money, not being disciplined, not being sexually disciplined, not being disciplined with my health. And then I started to get my health back, and it was crazy. It was like, but it's not a bad thing. We're human beings. And I feel like on some level that I expected myself to be perfect, or I thought other people expected me to be perfect, and I couldn't live up to that expectation. And I think that really froze me from taking action, was that I thought I had to be perfect, and I knew I couldn't live up to that expectation of myself. And even though it was put on by myself and not by other people, I started to realize that was a projection. It wasn't actually true. people don't expect you to be perfect, but I don't know, like when you have the title of chairman, it's like sometimes people do expect you to be perfect, but you're not. You know what I mean? We're human beings. We're all human beings at the end of the day. So, D rank, started FTMO challenge. For those of you who don't know, FTMO challenge is a funded trader program. So then I got a 100K funded account from a prop firm, and then I actually got I had two 100K accounts in the prop firm. So I was trading a 200K account earlier in 2020. Had very limited withdrawals with that, and then I ended up losing that account. And I've had this whole entire journey this year where I've come to this point where I felt like I ended up isolating myself, and I was really in a position where I was afraid of what other people think. And I think it's the shadow aspect of myself. Like I said, like in 2019, I really experienced the light for the first time. I really experienced like what I'm capable of creating. And then in 2020, it was like self-discovery. It was like, learning about my ego, learning about my human self, learning about my higher self, learning about God, learning about my creator, learning about my power, learning about my shadow, and it's a whole different, dimension really. But, and then that's one of the point where I think that my fear to be myself caused me to keep creating circumstances where now, getting into some debt, losing some income, not being focused, being afraid, a lot of limiting beliefs came up. But now, I'm coming into this place now where 2020 is about to come to a close. And, number one, I know this is all temporary. I know that I'm not Jordan, I'm experiencing Jordan, and it really relieves some pressure, for me to realize that, I'm a human being in this lifetime, but I don't have to be perfect. But getting my intentions pure is the most important thing. And just loving myself for who I am. And I realized, like, as part of my shadow that I've been working through this whole year of, like, I always felt like I needed to prove something to someone for me to be worthy, or I needed to create a result for someone to be worthy, or I needed to help someone for me to be worthy. But I'm just learning right now this year that, I need to approve myself. I need to love myself. I need to validate myself and not look for outside myself, but understand this within me. But yeah, and this is where I'm at right now. I'm in this position where I created success in 2019, and I created some success in 2020, and I created a lot of problems for myself. But I know the solutions are within me, and I know that having confidence and belief is what's going to take me to where I want to go, but having the intention to help others is what's going to help me. And I know, looking back now, that when you bless others, you'll become blessed. So now I'm at this position. It's December 21st, 2020. My back's against the wall. I'm in a position where it's time to create. I know what my intentions are. I'm here to impact 1 million people, because when I impact 1 million people, what's going to happen is those people are going to create a ripple effect, and we're going to change the whole world. And I know I have responsibility. I met my creator. I've gone within, and, I'm ready to express myself for my true self and not care about what other people think, because it doesn't make a difference, because I love myself. And I know that by being authentic and transparent, people will respect that, instead of me trying to pretend like everything's perfect and I don't make mistakes and I know all these things. Yes, I may know some things. We all know some things. But in our reality, we're still human. We still make mistakes. We still fail. We still succeed. We still have problems. We still have things. Like, I'm not perfect, but I'm improving every single day. I'm growing every single day. I know where I'm going. I know it's in my future. I know that I have people in my life that can help me get there. And I know that I have the right intentions to help other people. I know that trading is not easy. I know that building is not easy, but it's simple. It's a matter of aligning your vibration to the result you're looking for. It's that simple. Make a decision on what you want. I've made a decision that I'm impacting 1 million people. That's my decision. That's where I'm going. I know 7 figures is coming. I know it is. And I'm in position to understand that it's not about me, but it's about the impact that I can create, because that's why I'm here. I'm not here, like, I'm understanding. I'm here to not only help people Not necessarily help people make money, but to help people realize their power, help people evolve as human beings. That's why I'm here. iMaster Academy is just an income source. Forex is just an income source. That's just a tool, a resource for me to advance my destiny and my purpose and my passion and my mission, which is to come and help people on this earth and assist in the ascension process of this earth. Right? And this is kind of deep, but like, I know I've been to this earth many times. And through this self-realization, through this God realization, I understand that on some level, on some perspective, we're all just unique perspectives of God. It's like, I'm God and you're God. We're not like God, but we're perspective within God. It's kind of deep concept. Some people will get it, some won't, but that's not my problem. That's not my issue. Like, we are all perspectives of the whole. This whole universe is one universe. This whole world is one world, and everything in it is connected and made up of the same atoms, the same stardust. Everything is energy. Everything is frequency. My intention is to help this world. My intention is to positively impact the lives of 1 million people. And knowing that the people that I impact will ripple affect this world, because the people that have blessed me and helped me have created a ripple effect through me, and now have allowed me to impact these people. And understand this right now, like the earth is going through a process of ascension. The energy and vibration of the earth is increasing, and the people are doing the same as well. And that's really the ultimate goal for me, is to help people understand and realize their power, help people remember who they really are, help people tap in to source, help people know who they are and know what they're capable of, so that they can create their life and co-create this reality and create a better earth. Because the new world is beginning today. December 21st, it's the Grand Conjunction, right? It's Saturn and Jupiter. Saturn, the limitation, the Jupiter is expansion. People are starting to realize their power. They're starting to realize they're more than a human being. It's just part of this experience on earth. And that is my bigger mission. That is my greater mission, to impact the lives of 1 million people. Right? Forex and iMaster Academy is just the tool and resource to create the income, which then creates the freedom to go explore my own consciousness. And so that I can go explore and travel the world and meet great thinkers and great speakers and people that can help me and teach me more about myself and more about this world, so that I can go create a greater impact. So that is why I do this, and that is why I've done this from the very beginning, is to travel the world, to create an income so that I can explore and learn what I need to learn and be in situations that I need to be in, so that I can expand and create my destiny, or why I'm here and what my mission is. So that's why I'm here. So if you align with my mission, then I'm here for you. I'm here for you because I want you to succeed, because if you succeed, then that makes me succeed. And if I give to you, that gives to me. But not only that, if I give to you, that's energy that you can give to other people, and it creates a ripple effect on this entire world. Because the more people that are awake, the more people that have raised their vibration, the more people that have enough income to create the life they want, the less scarcity is going to be, the less lack there's going to be. And like I said, one of the reasons why my goal is to make 7 figures or 6 figures a month or whatever, the reason why that's my goal is so that I can give generously. Because I don't need that much money. I want it. But that's only my human self that wants that. That's only Jordan that wants that. Like I said, I'm not Jordan. I'm experiencing Jordan. I'm a multidimensional being. I'm experiencing Jordan. Jordan, the human self, wants maybe some of these earthly desires, but I've kind of got into this point where I'm mostly detached from all those things, where I realize I have myself and I have God, and that's all I need. Everything else is extra. Everything else is a blessing. God and myself is a blessing as well. But I'm here to create. I'm here to express. I'm here to change the world. I'm here to save the planet. I'm here to protect Mother Gaia. I'm here to protect this earth. Forex is just an income stream, right? It's just a tool. It's just a resource, right? So that's why we're here. That's why we're here. If you align with my message, if you align with this mission, I will help you get started. I will help put you in position to succeed. I will help put you in position to get to where you want to go, so that you can create what you want to create, so that you can be yourself and express yourself truly on this planet. Whatever your mission is, like my mission is to help you achieve your mission. That is my mission. My mission, my goal is to help you achieve your goals. right? It's a universal law. When you give, you shall receive. And the more I give, the more I receive, which means I have more to give. Isn't that awesome how that works? But anyway, guys, much love to y'all. You know, my Instagram is infiniteabundance777. TikTok, same thing. Send me a message. Let's get connected. I'm sending you love. 2021 is going to be an amazing year. Stay light, man. Like stay in the heart space. Stay in love. A lot of things can happen, but understand that at the end of the day, we're going to get what we think about. We're going to get what we focus on. So stay strong, stay positive, stay high energy, raise your vibration. Sending y'all love, y'all. Peace.